Very few people understand the stock market. Football Index gives users the opportunity to trade and make money with something they love, the beautiful game. So, welcome back to another video. Just arrived in Tottenham. It is pouring with rain. I've just come from Enfield, well, Hotspur Way, where I just watched the UEFA Youth League game, and the result there was Tottenham under-19s 1, Bayern under-19s 4. So I'm hoping for a much better result, obviously, for the main game. My prediction tonight, I'm going to go for 2-1 Tottenham. I think Harry Kane will score, and I think Sonny will get the other one. Let's hope for a great game. Come on, you Spurs. So I'm now inside the stadium with Spurs fan Rob. Rob, are you feeling confident for tonight?
I think it's going to be a tough one. Bayern UEFA rankings are third, and creme de la creme of European football, aren't they? They're up there, top 3 or 4. We're at home, we're at White Hart Lane, and I think I'll go for a 2-1. 2-1 Spurs victory tonight.
I think we'll score tonight, purely for the fact that I read a stat. 25 Champions League group stage games Tottenham have played in their history, and we've scored in 23 of them. But,
really?
Okay. The only 2 that we didn't score in were against our German opposition, and that was Bayer Leverkusen.
Okay, well that's got to be broken then, hasn't it? Yeah, I think I do think we'll score. Hopefully we can carry the momentum from the weekend, from the Southampton match. I'll take 2-1. But you know, obviously, Olympiacos last week was 2 points thrown away, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I said this to you on Saturday, we've got a soft underbelly. We just cannot keep a lead, 2-0 up. To draw 2 each, I think it's 2 points thrown away, if I'm being honest.
It was.
Yeah.
But confident tonight?
Yeah, I'm confident. I'll take 2-1. 2-1.
Thank you, Rob. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
And then Bradford, and then it was Bradford who...
I'm with Spurs legend Alan Mullery. Alan, Bayern Munich today at home. How are you feeling about it?
Looking forward to it. Very much indeed. I mean, Bayern Munich are a good side, you know, for some years, 5 or 6 years, and they're a very, very difficult side to beat. You've got some outstanding players, one of the world's best goalkeepers playing in goal for them. And it's going to be a tough game, there's no doubt about that. But looking at Saturday, and we got through with 10 men, that would give us a bit of a boost, but we've got to be at our best tonight if we're going to win the game against them.
Now, what have you made of Tottenham's season so far? Because, of course, on the 1st of June, in a Champions League final, everything looked so rosy. We've come back, things haven't been as we probably all expected. Results have been, you know, probably not what we've expected as well. And a lot of people have been speculating about whether Mauricio Pochettino is the right person to take us forward, which is crazy in my opinion.
Absolutely.
What are your thoughts?
No, I agree absolutely with you. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you should get rid of him, you know, for the season we're having. I think there's one or two aspects of something happening in the dressing room. I mean, Eriksen's not been picked in certain games. Alderweireld, is not his best, but still a very, very good player. Vertonghen didn't play for a couple of games. And a bit worried about that because Vertonghen and Alderweireld, you know, season before last were the 2 best central defenders in the league. And Eriksen is an outstanding footballer, we know that. So, you know, we're a little bit worried why they weren't gelling, you know, this summer and now since the season started. For them, they've got to get back to what they were doing before. And they were very, very good, the 3 of them. And I hope they do, because it would be a shame if we lost them, you know, with now They've not signed new contracts or anything like that. That would be a shame to lose them. But three excellent players.
I was going to say, how difficult is it going to be to replace them? Because obviously, if you ask any Tottenham fan, those three really would be your, in your starting 11 all the time, wouldn't they?
I don't think you can. To get rid of those three or let them go would be a terrible shame because of the outstanding ability they've all got, and they've been very, very good for us. But there's always a but comes into it. Whether there's something going on in the dressing room that the manager doesn't like, well, I don't know anything about that. But as a three, they're three outstanding players.
As an ex-player, ex-legend at the club, and of course you've been a manager as well. Do you sort of read between the lines of what's going on? Do you see any?
Oh yeah. You do have it. I mean, looking at Pochettino's face a few times. I mean, he was disgusted with the Colchester situation, Carabao Cup. I mean, that was laughable, to be fair. And you look at it and say, well, no, that's not Tottenham. Tottenham are better than that, even though they put out quite a few young players. They're better than that. So you expect, being a Tottenham Hotspur player, to give your best, your 90 minutes, and go out there and play for your football club. And that's what I expect them to do tonight.
Do you think this time next year Poch will still be our manager?
I hope he is, because I like what he's done. Even though he hasn't won anything as far as that's concerned, we've had some terrific trips, in Europe, because he's been, in the top four literally every year since he's been here. And for me, he's done a fantastic job. The only thing he's got to do now, which we've been saying for some time, is he's got to win a cup, he's got to win a league, and that's what's got to happen. But it's a really tough game now. We've got some really good teams in the Premier League, and we've got to battle against them and beat them as much as we can.
Alan, tonight, Bayern Munich, what score prediction are you going with?
Oh, I'd love to see us win. I think they probably will score, Bayern, but it might be a 2-1 win to Tottenham.
We'll take anything. We'll take the 3 points.
That's over here.
Alan, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.
Can you hear it? The sound of beating hearts, the roaring of masses, the greats that played. From what was to what is.
For Spurs, scored in the 12th minute from number 7, Young Min Son.
So it's half time and Tottenham are 2-1 down. Dave, what are your thoughts?
Well, we've got a mountain to climb really. Giving them 2 goals, I mean the first goal was stupendous. I mean it would have been any keeper. The way you got hold of that, I don't know, he'll never connect with a shot like that again. We've had the chances, we should be ahead. It's really frustrating that we haven't hit the back of the net more than once. Sonny had one earlier. We had 2 good chances before Sonny scored. We should have scored, and they were there for the taking, I felt. They had the first 10 minutes or so, and then we came back into it.
Are you still hopeful? Are you still hopeful of Spurs getting it out of the game?
Yeah, we'll get at least a goal, and I'm going for a 3-2. I think we'll turn this round. I really do. I think get the crowd behind us.
Love the positivity, Dave.
I think we'll turn this round. Why shouldn't we? We're at home, and I think if we get a goal, we might and get another one. I think we wouldn't know the stuff it out, but because we're giving them too much respect. Just get amongst them, and I just think we can do it.
On a good note, I just met Dimitar Berbatov, who is at the game today. So nice to see him back here.
Yeah, nice to see him. We've seen Raymond Vega. We've seen John Lacey, Alan Mullery. We've seen all their yesterdays here today. All our old winners.
Right, let's hope we get a couple of goals in the second half. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.
Third goal for Bayern Munich scored in the 53rd minute. And number 22, Serge Gnabry.
So 58 minutes gone and the ref has just given Tottenham a penalty. Come on, Harry. Come on. Yes! Yes! 4-2. So Eriksen's on now.
Substitution for Spurs replacing number 28, Tanguy Ndombele, and 23, Christian Eriksen. Fifth goal for Bayern Munich scored in the 83rd minute from number 22, Serge Gnabry. Sixth goal for Bayern Munich scored in the 87th minute from number 9, Robert Lewandowski. Seventh goal for Bayern Munich scored in the 88th minute from number 22, Serge Gnabry.
Seven, 2. So 4 months ago today, we played in the Champions League final, obviously losing 2-0 to Liverpool. Now today was an absolute embarrassment, losing 7-2 at home to Bayern Munich in the Champions League. That is Tottenham's worst ever European defeat in our history. Not only that, in our 137-year history, we have never ever conceded 7 goals in a home game, and that was the embarrassing thing for me, conceding 7 goals in a competitive game. Mauricio Pochettino, I've just pulled over and just watched the short interview that he's given after the match, and he still goes on about belief. Got to believe, mentality. It's all about mentality, and we need to move on. Now, as a fan who has just witnessed us conceding 7 goals at home, I'm sorry, I can't move on tonight. I'm really annoyed. Do you know what? Even when Bayern Munich had scored 3, even when they'd scored 4, I was even saying in the ground, to people around me, saying what a fantastic team Bayern Munich are, how dangerous they looked every single time that they attacked. But when it went 5, 6 and 7, that's embarrassing. And I'll tell you what, the frustrating thing for me, even after I think it was about a minute and 20, a minute 25 on the clock, long ball was played over, Lloris had to make a save. And you could tell that Bayern Munich were going to be on the attack all game, and they were going to be very clinical, and they were going to score goals tonight. And for me, I just thought that things needed to be changed very, very quickly. I know it's easy to say now when we conceded 7 goals, but the defence today was absolutely shocking. I'm sorry, in a professional game, even someone around me said, it's like playing a FIFA match, FIFA scorelines. It's ridiculous. 7-2, losing at home 7-2. It is just unbelievable and unforgivable. And another thing that really annoyed me tonight as well is after the game, the players didn't even stop. The players didn't even clap the fans even for coming. I know it was an empty stadium and most of the fans left, but you need to acknowledge your fans, especially when you've just lost 7-2. And Mauricio Pochettino didn't even apologise in his after-match talk with the TV cameras, and I'm sorry for my voice because I've just been shouting all night long. But he didn't even apologise. Didn't even apologise to the fans. The fact that it's an embarrassing defeat, conceding 7 goals at home. I just cannot believe it. I really can't. And he just says that we just need to move on. Which, him saying that has actually just really annoyed me. I can't believe it. The thing that really, really worries me at the moment is the fact that the defence was so bad, the defence was so poor. And when you look at the heart of the defence, Danny Rose is, of course, has been a great servant to the club, has been a great player in the past, but he's nowhere near the player that we've seen him at his peak at the club. And, a couple of months ago in the summer, he was on the verge of joining Watford. So is his head really at the club as it should be right now? You've got Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld. Yes, great central defenders, but they're on the verge of leaving. Neither have signed a new contract, neither are looking to sign a new contract, and both of them could be leaving in the summer, or even talking to clubs in January, which is only a couple of months away now. And then, of course, you've got Serge Aurier, an absolute liability. You don't know what you're going to get with Serge Aurier. You don't know whether you're going to get him playing a fantastic match or getting a red card, doing stupid things, or just being a really poor defender. It's awful. So when you look at our defence as a whole, it is not good news. It is not good news at the moment. But overall performance, I just cannot believe, I know I keep going on about it, but to concede 7 goals at home, it's embarrassing. I'm not going to take away the fact that Bayern Munich were an exceptionally good team. Very, very clinical in all of their finishing. Gnabry was absolutely outstanding, fantastic finishing today. Lewandowski, what sort of quality he's got as well. But when you know that I think it was 19 Bundesliga goals they've scored in 6 games so far this season. You know what a threat Bayern Munich are going to be. You know what a fantastic team they are. They've got some fantastic players. But for me, you could see it from the off. And tactically, it needed to be changed very, very quickly. We were 2-1 down at half-time. Arguably, in the first 30 minutes, we were the best team. But what happened in the rest of the game? Football's about 90 minutes. So could Pochettino keep going on about winning matches and mentality. Keep saying that mentality thing. If it's not being put into practice, I don't want to hear it, because this mentality thing, I think there is a mentality issue at the moment, because, 2-0 up at the Emirates, 2-2. Olympiacos, 2-0 up, 2-2. Leicester, 1-0 up. We lose the game 2-1. This game, we're 1-0 up. We lose it 7-2. There are clear issues at the moment. So this whole mentality and believe, I'm sorry, at the moment, I'm not believing, because it was really, really embarrassing. And I tell you what, I don't think I've been this annoyed about a defeat in a very... Well, actually, I don't even think I've been ever this annoyed about a defeat in my lifetime. I really don't. The defending was absolutely shocking. And, Pochettino is actually a former defender and an Argentinian international, had a good career as a footballer. Him as a defender, he should be seeing what the problems are straight away in this game and shoring up the defence and making sure that the defence is protected and not just walking through, because the Bayern Munich players were just walking through our team again and again and again. In the last 10 minutes, what the hell happened to just concede 7 goals? It is just unbelievable. It is just unbelievable. It just cannot happen. And the worrying thing for me is, next up, we have got Brighton and Hove Albion away in the Premier League. We haven't won a Premier League away game since we played at Fulham at Craven Cottage in January. We are now in October. So you're talking like 9 months ago was the last time. People could have had a baby in that time. It's worrying. It really is worrying. And the next few games after that as well is Watford at home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And then you've got Red Star Belgrade at home as well. So you've got 3 absolute key games. And for me, if Pochettino don't get the results that we require, that we need, i.e. 3 wins, I don't know. I think that something seriously, is going to happen. I know, I love Pochettino as a manager, but there is too much happening at the moment for you to just forget about. There were a lot of defeats at the end of last season. We were all caught up with the hype of the Champions League final. And rightly so, never ever did I think that I'd see Tottenham Hotspur Football Club play in a Champions League final, and they are moments that I will never ever forget. But this is a moment tonight that I won't ever forget either. And this is a dreadful night. Conceded 7 goals. But things just need to be put right very, very quickly, because if they're not, and we play some decent sides in the Premier League, exactly the same is going to happen. And you just cannot keep using that same the same words he keeps using is about belief and the mentality, because the mentality clearly isn't there at the moment. As I keep saying, you can't keep going ahead in games and then losing them or drawing them when it's very important to get the results that we need. It's getting over that line, and it's now happening in these group stage games in the Champions League and in Premier League matches. Yes, we scraped the win at home at Southampton, a great 3 points in the Premier League, but these are teams that we should be beating comfortably, and I just think it's worrying. I do. I'm very worried right now. When you concede 7 goals in the Champions League like this, what next? What is needed now is a fantastic reaction on Saturday. It's the 12:30 kickoff, Brighton v Spurs in the Premier League, and Tottenham need to bang in a good few goals. And not only do we need to win the game comfortably, we need to put a fantastic performance on, because we need leaders right now. We really, really do. We need a whole team of leaders who are going to perform and kind of give something to the fans, especially after tonight. Yeah, it's really annoyed me about Pochettino not even apologising, saying that, you know, we're sorry to put our fans through a 7-2 defeat. And like I said at the start of the video, that is the worst European defeat in our history. And that is we've never ever conceded 7 goals in any competitive competition at home in our entire 137-year history. Anyway, let me know your comments and your thoughts on the game in the comments section below. And let me know what you think the score will be at Brighton on Saturday. Come on, you Spurs. Very few people understand the stock market. Football Index gives users the opportunity to trade and make money with something they love, the beautiful game.